Hello folks, it's Coach Cyril here, and we're going to get after it today with our workout. First thing we're going to do, as always, is our deep breathing exercises. It's very important to breathe correctly when you're exercising, especially. You're going to get more out of it, you're going to have more energy, and in life. Just in general, most of us do not breathe correctly. And if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling anxious, deep breathing exercises every day, call it meditation, call it what you want. It's really just practicing our breathing. It's something we don't practice because we start doing it from the moment we arrive in this world, and then we really don't think about it much. So if we think about it, it's going to focus our mind, it's going to calm our monkey minds. It's really like a workout for your mind, for your brain. Because if you can control your thoughts, guess what? You can control anything. So that workout you think is like super hard and it's going to kill you, it's really not. You just control your thoughts and tell yourself, no, it's not going to kill me, and I'm going to do it. And that goes with anything in life that you can control your mind on. And when we do our deep breathing, when we focus on our breathing and all these thoughts start coming into our heads, and we say, nope, I'm just breathing right now. Thoughts, stand by. That's like working out your mind. You work out your mind gets tougher, you control it. That translates into your exercising, you're controlling your exercise, and you're completing your exercise, your body gets better, everything just gets better. That's why we start with the breathing and controlling our mind. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna count to 8. You're gonna focus on a spot. You can close your eyes if you want. I find that I can focus more if I'm just focusing on some spot visualization. Some people like to visualize certain things, your happy place, a bubble, whatever that is. I tend to soften my gaze, focus on one thing, and just kind of notice that thing and focus on my breathing. But do what works for you. So I'm going to count to 8. You're going to breathe in through your nose, and I'm going to count to 10. And you're going to breathe out through your nose and breathe through your belly, okay? If you're new at this, you can put your hands on your belly and feel it going in and out versus breathing high, breathing from your lungs, okay? So we want to breathe from our bellies. All right, you ready? So focus on something, limit your gaze, soften your gaze, be in a comfortable position, and we're going to get started breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe in. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, great job. So what we're going to do next is our warm-up. Our warm-up is going to consist of 15 seconds of jumping jacks. When I do my jumping jacks, I'm touching my hands over my head. Many of the people that come to us initially can't do a jumping jack, and we get that. There's no shame in that. It's all good. We have a scaled exercise and movement for every one of our movements. If you can't do a jumping jack in the warm-ups, you're going to do a windmill. Windmills, Reagan's going to demonstrate. I want my feet fairly wide. I'm going to lift my arms, and I'm going to touch alternating my toes if I can. Get down as far as you can. You can bend your knees. The more advanced you get, you're going to keep your legs as straight as possible doing those windmills, and you're going to do as many of those as you would the jumping jacks in the warm-up. Second 15 seconds, we're going to be doing the air squat. Feet outside shoulder width, toes pointed out at a slight angle, pushing your butt back, lifting your hands at the same time, and squatting, trying to get that hip crease below parallel. Butt back, knees pushed out, trying to get that hip crease to parallel or below. If you can only get a few inches while keeping your chest up, so I don't want to sacrifice my depth for rounding my chest or leaning over, okay? I'm only going to squat down as low as I can, keeping that chest elevated and up. Third movement is going to be the mountain climber stretch. Mountain climber stretch. I'm going to keep my shin vertical, get my elbows down as low to the ground as I can. So if my shin's here, I want to move my back leg back and stretch that way. Then, lastly, I'm going to do the jump squat, interlacing my hands behind my head, squatting, keeping my chest up, and jumping, knees out. Okay? If you only get here with a little jump, that's fine. A lot of people have a really hard time with jump squats. Jump squats is a tough movement. We get it, especially when you're starting. So if you can't do a jump squat, that hurts too much, you're going to do step-ups. You're going to get some kind of a platform. You can get a couple books, a stair, a couple weights, something of this nature, and you're just going to step up onto that platform, onto the top, as fast as you can, then back down as many times as you would doing the jump squats in the warm-up. All right? So, 15 seconds of jumping jacks, 15 seconds of air squats, 15 seconds of the mountain climber stretch, and 15 seconds of the jump squat. Ready? Here we go, jumping jacks. Just do as much as you can. If you need to rest, then rest. Air squats. Push your knees out. Make sure you're pushing your knees out that way the whole time. Keep your chest up. Mountain climber stretch, left side. Jump squats. Jumping jacks. Air squats. Mountain climber stretch, right side. Jump squat. Jumping jacks. If you're just getting started with this, and this is too much for you, stop the video, just do 2 rounds, 3 rounds, whatever works for you. Okay? Air squats. Mountain climber stretch, left side again. Jump squats. Again, if you're new to this, Do a couple of inches. Drive off those heels just a little bit. Jumping jacks, last time through. If jumping jacks are too hard for you, do alternating elbows and knee raises. Lower impact. Bring your elbows down to your knees. Bring your knees to your elbows. Air squats. Mountain climber stretch, right side. And jump swap. Awesome, great job. All right, next we're going to work on some core work, working on our core. Our core includes our abdomen, our abs, and our butt and lower back, all right? The core is our center, our hips, everything connects there. If we have a strong core, everything else is going to benefit. The way we start people off and the way we continue, a lot of our core work is done with planks and Superman. It's a lot better, especially for beginners, than things like sit-ups, things of that nature. Those can be very hard on the spine, on the bone structure, things of that nature. So this is much less impact, and it's probably works your core that much even more. So what we're going to do is 15 seconds of a plank, front plank, 15 seconds of the Superman, and 15 seconds of a right side plank and a left side plank. If you're just starting and a beginner and you can't do the single left side and right side plank, then I want you to just do another front plank. If you need to stop and rest in the 15 seconds, it's all good. Just come down, take a break, and then get back into it, okay? So a couple ways I can do the plank is, one, on my hands, using my shoulders and arms to support my body. I'm going to twist my hands into the earth so that the inside of my elbows are facing forward, so they'll be facing the camera. I'm going to squeeze my belly button into my spine, keep everything tight. This also works the shoulders, the arms, and when I do these planks, I'm going to warm my neck up some too, because our necks don't get enough work warming up, stretching. So I'm going to go side to side, front to back. The other way I can do these planks is on my elbows. This is going to be more of an ab core workout, less of a shoulder workout. So if you have shoulder issues, then you should be doing these on your elbows if you can. If you have any pain in any of this, then just stop. Stop and let us know and we'll modify it, okay? So from the elbows, same thing, I'm on my elbows, keeping everything tight. From the side, look like this. All right, so a lot of people have trouble with the plank when they first start. It makes sense, it's really hard. If you're having trouble with the plank, or if you want to substitute something for the plank, if you're doing planks and you want something a little bit different to do, we can do what's called the hollow hold. So you're going to lay on your back this time, and you're going to lift your feet, point your toes away from you. You're going to pull your abs, your belly button into your back. Keep your lower back on the ground. That should not be curbing. You should be pressing into that ground with your lower back. Keep your shoulders off the ground, and arms above the head. If that gets too hard, you can bend your knees. If that gets too hard, you can bring your arms forward, but always try and keep your shoulders and your butt off the ground, pulling those abs into your lower back, maintaining contact with that lower back. We can substitute those for planks. Then, next 15 seconds, I'm going to come down and do the Superman. Superman, I'm laying all the way down on the ground, heels together, hands out straight, and I'm lifting my legs and my chest off the ground. I'm not clasping my hands, I'm not keeping my arms bent, I'm not having my heels apart, heels together, arms out as straight as I can, and getting that chest and legs off the ground as high as I can. A way I can make this harder is to get a PVC pipe or a broomstick or something and hold it also. It's going to make it a little more challenging. Same thing here. Warm the neck up. Then I have a side plank on my arm. Stacking my heels, lifting my hand to the ceiling, looking at the ceiling. If that's too hard, you can stagger your feet. I can also do these using the shoulder from my hand. And then we have the opposite direction. All right, so we're going to go through that. 15 seconds of work, 4 times. You need to take a break, stop, take a break, get back in. If you can't do 4 times, if you can only do 2 or 3, whatever, work up to the 4 times. Stand by. Plank. Make sure you practice your breathing while you're doing this. If you focus on your breath, just like in our breathing exercises, it goes a lot faster and is a lot less painful. Superman. Warm that neck up, front to back, side to side. Side plank, right side. Side plank, left side. Back to plank. Breathe. Pull your belly button into your spine. Superman. Warm that neck up. You can also warm our shoulders up with something called a wave off on these. Side plank. Side plank. Warming my neck up. Plank. Superman. Wave offs. Warm those shoulders up a little more. Side plank. Side plank. Plank. Last time through. Superman. Side plank. Last one. Good. Let's do a nice child's pose. Stretch. So I have my arms fully extended. My knees are spread apart, pushing my butt back towards my feet. Next, we're going to warm up our shoulders. You could take any type of broomstick. This is a PVC pipe. I can get this at any hardware store. It's super inexpensive. And any type of stick, and use that as a great exercise tool. So she's going to have a wide grip on that bar. First thing she's going to do is shrug her shoulders into her ears, then pass the bar over, all the way back, touching her back, and bringing it back. Now Reagan is super flexible in the shoulders. So what she's going to do is bring her arms in, and of course, usually when you're just starting this is very cumbersome and tight, but this is going to do wonders for warming your shoulders. So you're going to do 20 of these every time you warm up. The wider your hands, the easier it is. The more narrow your hands, the more challenging it is. Next thing she's going to do is called an overhead squat with this PVC pipe. And again, when you're just starting out, we can use the chair as a guide. What she's going to do is hold that PVC pipe over her head with that wide grip so that it's just over her ankles all the way down. She's going to do her squat again. Any squat, everything we just talked about in the squat still is valid, okay? Butt back, knees out, feet wide, touching that chair, pushing up on this bar, and turning my elbows down so that the bottoms of my elbows face the ground and my armpits face forward. You're going to do between 20 and 30, or between 10 and 30, depending on your fitness, of these overhead squats. And we'll get into the workout in a minute. Thanks, Reagan. All right, you ready for your workout? So your workout for the next 2 weeks is going to consist of 3 different movements. Either burpees, 10 burpees, or 10 jumping jacks. So again, jumping jacks, touching my hands over my head. Burpee, getting all the way down on the ground, getting up off the ground, jumping and clapping if I'm able to jump and clap. If you're not able to jump due to any limitations, or it's too hard on your knees, too high impact, then just clap. Why do we clap? Because we're happy, because we love burpees. A modification for a burpee is I can use some type of raised platform like this box or a stairwell or something like that, and I could just come, get my feet out as far as I can, get my feet close to the box, and jump and clap. So I don't have to go all the way to the ground. Once I get better and fit, then I'm going to lower the platform. And as I get more fit, I'm going to get all the way on the ground, off the ground, jump and clap. That's the burpee. So either jumping jacks, 10 jumping jacks, or 10 burpees. Second movement is air squats. Feet outside shoulder width, toes pointed out at a slight angle, pushing my butt back, lifting my hands, pushing my knees out that way, keeping my chest up, and squatting. If you need to use a chair or something to squat to, that's great. You have something to hit. I should be well in front of the chair, so I have to push my butt back and keep my chest up to touch that chair. If you start leaning over, hunching over, stop. Only go down as far as you can, keeping your chest up, keeping your knees pointed out that way. Also, as we showed you in the demonstration, you can take one of these balls. These are really inexpensive. Press it against the wall, and push your back against that. Just squat down as far as you can, keeping it from having any sharp pain. You might feel some discomfort, but no pain. Just go down as far as you can while keeping that chest up and pushing those knees out. Then, the third movement, the push-up. The way we do push-ups is I want my hands in at my chest, okay? I want my elbows in. Now, most of you are not going to be able to keep your elbows in on these push-ups when you just start. You're going to be out here because you don't have the strength yet. But every one, you should try and keep those elbows in. I'm going to lift my butt and legs off the ground first, then my chest. What I want to avoid is this. All right? It's not a push-up. Or this. Those are not push-ups. You're just going to hurt your shoulders doing that. All the way down to the ground and all the way up to full extension. If you have to use your knees, not a problem. Same thing, my butt's in line with my back, lifting my butt and legs first. Do not cross your legs because I want to be able to squeeze my butt, squeeze my core to help me do those push-ups. Any movement that I can use my core more, which should be all of them, squeeze my core, squeeze my butt. It's going to help me do that movement. It's going to take some of the pressure off the smaller muscles. If that's too difficult for you, not a problem. Just like the burpee, you can get some type of platform, a stairwell, something like that, and do your push-ups off of that rise platform. You can do it a little higher, not a problem. Make sure it doesn't tip over, put it against the wall. Do your push-ups. All right, a lot of people can't do push-ups when they first start, even with the modifications that we show you in the rest of the video. But one of the things we can do to get stronger, to be able to do a push-up, which works the same parts of the body and has the same stimulus, is a dumbbell bench press. If you have a bench, you can even do these on the floor. So everything I'm going to say, if you don't have a bench, you can lay down on the floor and do the same thing. All you need is a couple light dumbbells. As you get stronger, buy a couple more heavier dumbbells. You want to do between 5 to 8 reps of these. You don't want to do any less than 5 reps. You don't want to do any more than 8 reps. So you need a weight that for 5 sets will challenge you, and you can do all 5 to 8 reps. Okay? So proper form for the dumbbell bench press. I want my feet on the ground, firmly planted on the ground, just like a squat. I want my butt on the bench, and I want my shoulders on the bench. Reagan's going to bring her arms out. I want my arms at 90 degrees. So the forearm is perpendicular to the ground. I want my elbows in slightly. So I don't want my elbows at 90 degrees to my body. That's going to be too hard on my shoulders. I want to bring those elbows in slightly. Not too much, but just slightly from 90 degrees. She's going to take a deep breath, press up, keep those dumbbells together, and then bring it back down with her elbows in slightly, all the way down and up. She's going to do that between 5 to 8 times. Keep everything tight, keep your belly tight. Again, if you don't have a bench, you can do these from the floor as well. Dumbbell bench press. 10 jumping jacks or 10 burpees, 10 air squats, 5 to 10 push-ups, depending on your fitness level. You're going to start off by doing that continuously for 5 minutes. 10 burpees or jumping jacks, 10 air squats, 5 to 10 push-ups. So you're going to set your phone, set your stopwatch, whatever you have, for 5 minutes, and you're going to keep repeating that 10-10-5 or 10-10-10 for 5 minutes. You're going to report to me when you complete this. You're going to send me an email. You're going to say, on this date, I did 3 rounds of the workout in 5 minutes. 4 rounds, whatever it is. You're going to count the total rounds. You can count partial reps too. If you only get through 5 of the push-ups on the last round and the 5 minutes runs out, then you report you did 10 jumping jacks or burpees plus 5 push-ups, so it'd be the number of rounds plus 15. Every day you do this, I suggest resting a day, doing something else, going for a walk, something, and then doing this every other day at least, and each time increase the time, if you're able, to a minute. If it's too hard, then keep it at 5 minutes. But every time you do it, increase it 1 minute. And you're going to do that for 2 weeks, increasing the time period by 1 minute. So you're going to be doing more rounds of this, but in more minutes. Okay? Make sure that you do the warm-ups, all right? Don't start stretching first thing. Make sure you do the warm-ups, do a dynamic warm-up, and make sure you do the cool down, which is in the rest of the video. Good luck. All right, we're going to go through our cool down now. This is more important than the workout, but you got to do the workout to have this be important. So you can go purchase a foam roller. I highly recommend. It'd be the best $40 or $70 you'll spend on your fitness. If you did this 20 minutes a day, you would be amazed at your health and fitness level increasing without even doing any workout. But if you work out, using the foam roller is going to make you less sore and improve your mobility, which is flexibility plus range of motion, and you're going to be that much fitter. If you don't do this, you're just going to tighten up. If you keep doing the workouts, you're just going to get tighter and tighter. Then you're going to get injured, and your fitness is going to fall off. So you have to make sure you do this cool down every time. You should do at least 1 minute to 2 minutes on each body part. Set your clock, set your timer, and do it. Again, I'm not going to overstress. I'm going to overstress this. This part is more important than the workout, okay? Don't skip it. This should be done after the workout. So first, start off by rolling it on our butt. I'm going to do these all faster because of time, obviously, but you should do them for at least a minute. Pause the video, set your timer for the right time, 2 minutes, 1 minute if you only have a minute for each body part. So first, I'm on my butt, then I get my hamstrings. From my butt down to my knees. Then I get my calves, my Achilles. You did a lot of running. Also, focus on the areas of your body that are the most sore, that's going to hurt the most, but that's going to be the most beneficial. So if you have a super sore spot, you want to roll that spot out. If you worked a spot more in a workout, for example, if you did a lot of legs today, you want to spend more time on your legs. So my calves, if I need more pressure, I can put one leg on the other calf and Achilles, and I want to roll those not only vertically, but also side to side. Usually I need more pressure to do that, side to side. And I'm going to come down, get my lower back. You can purchase these foam rollers. Don't get one that is completely smooth, like this one, all right? Better than nothing, but not very useful. Get one that has ridges, knobbies. This is going to be the most extreme one, but it's going to be the most useful. Lower back, cross your arms, upper back, shoulders. Go from side to side on your shoulders, up by your neck. Don't do this, all right? I don't want to do that. That's dangerous. I always want to be completely upright, parallel to the ground for my back. Next one, my lats. Having tight lats causes a lot of shoulder injuries. I'm going to roll over on my side, keep my palm up, and roll that lat. This is going to hurt, but the more you do it, the less it's going to hurt. If it hurts, that means you're doing it right. Then get the other side. And I'm going to flip over, get the front of my legs, then my IT bands, the side of my legs. This is going to hurt too. We all have way too tight IT bands because we never stretch them. We never mobilize them, and we do all that running. From your hip down to your knee, the leg that you're not rolling is over the leg that is straight and is getting the roll. And you switch to the other side. All right, that's foam rolling. Again, 2 minutes each body part. Next, we're going to go into some good stretches that you can do. Okay? First stretch is the couch stretch. This is great for the lower back because it gets your tight quads. You can do this up against your couch while you're watching TV. You want to make sure you have some kind of a pad for your knee. Get the top of your foot against the couch. Get your knee as close to the couch as you can. When you first start, you're probably not going to be able to get very close. Don't start close. Start farther away. Then, I'm going to raise up as far as I can my other knee until I can get my chest fully vertical. Minimum, when you're just starting, minimum a minute. And then when you've been doing it a little while, minimum 2 minutes per side. Minimum. Couch stretch. Next, child's pose. Arms out in front, knees wide, butt back, stretching those shoulders. If you want more of a stretch on this, you can do it again over on a chair or something, table. Push that chest down to the ground. Next, the lizard pose, also known as the mountain climber stretch. We do this in our warm-up. Front shin vertical, arms on the inside of your leg, back leg as far back as you need it to be to get that front shin vertical. Stretching the groin area. Next, sit with your feet out in front of you and just try to get down as low as you can. Even if you just sat here for 2 minutes, you'd get more and more flexible just sitting here for those 2 minutes. Next, bring your legs out into a V position in front of you. Stretch down the center as far as you can. Next, bring your feet in, legs in the butterfly stretch position, gripping your toes and pulling yourself down to your toes. Next, the pigeon stretch. I'm going to keep one shin perpendicular to my body. Make sure you don't have any pain in your knees. If you do, move your foot back towards your back leg. You want to get your foot as far up front, away from your back leg, as you can as you get more flexible. You might have to start up here, and then as you get better, you get lower. Pigeon stretch. Obviously, you do both sides. This next stretch is a great one for plantar fasciitis. It's how I cured, one of the ways I cured my own plantar fasciitis and many of our athletes. You want to have a pad for your knees on this one, so make sure you don't have any knee pain. And you want to sit back on your heels, stretching out those feet. Next one, the bound eagle. Sitting on my feet, my knees are wide, I'm sitting between my heels. I'm going to take one arm, cross it on top of the other, one arm underneath, and I'm going to pull. If you're really flexible, you want to try and grab your hands together. I can only do this on one side. The other side, I'm going to pull that in. Then shoulder stretch, pulling that arm over to your neck. And the neck stretch, pulling your neck away from your shoulder. And then just the sitting on your feet as long as you can and getting back as far as you can. All right, well, great job. There are some stretches and cool downs you can do. Make sure you're doing them after every workout. And we'll look forward to talking to you this week. Thanks.